Hey everybody, it's Denise with Lazy K Mountain Homestead. I just wanted to thank all my new subscribers. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for liking, and I hope you'll share the recipes and the videos that you see that we make. It really does help our channel grow, and I hope that you'll continue to be loyal viewing people for us. And let's get on with this recipe. Hey, good morning, everybody. Denise with Lazy K Homestead, Lazy K Mountain Homestead. Even I keep forgetting. Well, anyway, this morning I thought I would go ahead and use some more of the pumpkin. And we are going to make an Amish pumpkin sour cream coffee cake. Now, that's a mouthful for sure. But I've never made this before. I got it from a friend. And she said, you got to try this and put it on your channel. So it's supposed to be really moist and delicious and light and yummy. So here we go. And and the best part is it uses a yellow cake mix. So that can't get much easier than that. You do add a few things to it though. And I am going to add some different spices to it. It calls for pumpkin pie spice, but you know me, I'm going to put cardamom in it because I just love it. If you guys have never tried cardamom, you really have to. Last year, I finally tried that, and I have been crazy for cardamom, almost like crazy chicken lady. I'm crazy for cardamom. All right, so what we're going to need is a tube pan, or you can use a bundt pan, but you need to grease it and flour it. You got that all ready. Make sure you've got that. Preheat your oven to 350, and we're going to bake this at 50 to 60 minutes. And let's see. Of course, I don't have my bowl. Hold on. Okay, I'm always prepared, but never enough. Okay, so what we're going to do first is this has a little bit of a kind of a streusel topping, not super a lot, not like the donuts that I made the other day. So what we're going to do in a separate bowl, I'm going to put the tripod down. You can see what I'm doing here. In a separate bowl from our batter, we're going to go ahead and take out 2 tablespoons of the cake mix and just put it in here. Alrighty. And I'm using a Betty Crocker butter yellow cake mix for this, so that's what it called for. Okay, I've got this written down, so I'm going to have to refer to it quite often. Okay, so what we're going to do is combine the brown sugar, which we need right here, and that's going to be 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Let me put this down so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing. Putting that in here. Okay. And we're going to put some cardamom in here. I'm just going to sprinkle some in. And I'm also going to use some pumpkin pie spice, which I did get at the store. I bought that because it was on sale. And just using a few little sprinkles in there. Okay, we're just going to mix that around and set aside. That's going to go on top of the batter before we bake it. Okay, so what we're going to do next is pour the rest of our cake mix into our bowl. This calls for 4 eggs. Go ahead, I've got my 4 eggs right here. Just going to kind of scramble them up a little bit before I put them in there. As I'm mixing this by hand, I'm not using my mixer. You can, of course, put this in the mixer if you want to. I've got 1 cup of sour cream. Go ahead and put that in here. And 1 cup of pumpkin puree. Putting all that in here. Boy, that looks good already, doesn't it? Let's see if I can fix my tripod here. It looks like it's a little crooked. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, and then to that, we are going to add 1/4 cup of water. And that's all the water that goes in here, because you've got your pumpkin puree and you've got your sour cream. And then we are going to also put in 1/4 cup of white sugar. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. All right. So, mix that around. And of course, I'm going to use my Danish dough whisk that I love so much. This just really does such a good job. And I'm just kind of looking at my recipe, making sure I got everything. Yep. Oh, and I do want to put some spice in here too. So let me put, it calls for 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. This has all the goodies in it. If you want to make that yourself, you would put ginger and nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, and to that I'm going to add a little bit of cardamom too. Now, if you didn't want all that, you could just add cinnamon. But you do want some kind of spice in it because it is pumpkin. Okay, we're just mixing that around. It's going to be a really thick batter. And the pumpkin, and especially the sour cream, is going to make it really moist and wonderful. Okay. All right, we've got that really nice and mixed together. And I'm going to bring my pan over here. My tube pan. Let me move a few things. All right, I've got my prepared tube pan. Again with grease and flour. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put all of this in your tube pan. Boy, it really smells good. If you guys wanted to make this in your mixer or use an electric mixer, you could. But I don't mind just doing this by hand. It kind of makes me feel like I'm making it like they did back in the day. Okay, and you're just going to kind of shake it, getting all of your bubbles out. You can see them come to the top when I do that, and the bubbles will pop. All right, we're going to go ahead and put this in our 350-degree oven, Fahrenheit. I think that's 180 Celsius. I may be wrong. So you want to look that up if you do have that. Okay, so before we put it in there, we're going to put this topping all over it, all over the top, and you do want to use all of it. And then just kind of put it all over there. Boy, that looks good. All right, and into our oven we go. And we're going to go ahead and time it for 50 to 60 minutes, the recipe says. So I'm going to check it at 50 minutes, and I'll be back to let you know. See you in a minute. Alrighty, I took the cake out of the oven, and it was 50 minutes for me at 350. My oven may be a little bit warm, but I did check it with a skewer, and it came out clean. So let me put the tripod down and show you exactly what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? It looks just like the picture. Beautiful, and it smells so good. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cool. It says in her directions to let it cool for 25 minutes in the pan. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you guys back when I have it out of the pan. Okay, guys. Well, the cake is cooled. I went ahead and put a glaze on it, a cinnamon glaze, which is just some powdered sugar. 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk, vanilla, and about a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I went ahead and put that on there. I thought it really added to it. It's not a very sweet cake. And I cut a slice. There you go. It's beautiful, isn't it? So this is your Amish sour cream pumpkin spice coffee cake. So you can enjoy that with some coffee or tea or milk, whatever your beverage of choice is. And I hope you'll have a great day from Lazy K Mountain Homestead. And thanks for sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you soon. Bye.